Brian, it's been a pleasure to speak with you today. Thanks for your time. The St. Catharines Museum is planning a new exhibit based on postcards. It's called Just a Line to Say. Joining us now from the St. Catharines Museum, we have Adrian Petry. Welcome to the program, Adrian.
Hello, thanks so much for having me.
Why postcards for this particular exhibit? It seems like an interesting concept.
It is. The postcard exhibit has been on our exhibition plan for a couple of years. We plan a couple of years in advance, so it's come up for time. And we chose postcards because we have almost over 1,000 historic postcards in the museum's collection. And the room that it's going into is a really good space for displaying archival material. And so because everything, it's a multi-purpose room, so everything has to sort of be on the wall and flat. So when I'm looking at archival material, we've chosen lots of different things in the past, and this time it's postcards.
And just to be clear here, you're not looking for old postcards that promote St. Catharines, come to St. Catharines, or I've been in St. Catharines. You're looking for postcards that document the journeys that St. Catharines citizens have taken over the years.
That's right. Yeah, we have, as I mentioned, over 1,000 postcards. So generally the postcards that you see floating around on Facebook from 1900, 1910 with beautiful views of St. Catharines, we have those. And some of those will be on display. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to open up the exhibit to residents who love to travel, like myself, or have received postcards from friends and family abroad. And in that way, we get a little bit of a chance to be nostalgic about travel and what it was like to travel, or what it was like to get a postcard from someone across the world.
And of course, right now, we're all nostalgic about travel, aren't we?
Absolutely. So it's a really good time. It kind of even though it's a terrible time, it's a really good time to be nostalgic about postcards. So I'm really looking forward to community submissions to go and include in the exhibit.
You are accepting donations of these postcards right now. How do people get them to you?
Yeah, so the submissions are temporary. We will eventually scan them when we're able to operate normally. We'll eventually scan them and reproduce them in the exhibit. So we're not taking your postcards, we're just borrowing them for the exhibit, essentially. And how people can submit a postcard or a couple of postcards to the exhibit, they can just email museum@stcatharines.ca, and you'll be put in touch with me, and we'll go back and forth until we figure out which postcard you want to put into the exhibit.
These are plans for a future physical exhibit. Are there some virtual plans for this as well?
Yes, absolutely. So we hope to open the exhibit this spring. We'll probably open the exhibit even if we're not open, but hopefully we're open. And so people can see the physical exhibit in the spring. In addition to that, we'll use a couple of different virtual platforms that we have, our WordPress blog, and also a wonderful website called History Pin, in which you can pin a photograph or a street, sort of a modern photograph, or a historic photograph, and slide the slider with Google Street View to see that street sort of today and back then. So that's probably our best virtual experience in terms of some of the historic postcards. And then the other thing is that you can pin your postcards to the place where they came from. So it'll be our first actual international history pin exhibit. I'm very excited for that.
Well, it sounds interesting, and it's, again, such a small thing that we don't really think a lot about, postcards. How can people get in touch with you again?
Museum@stcatharines.ca, that's our email.